Examples of types of characters, okay? First one is what I call reluctant hero. What is it? Reluctant hero. Second one is the exceptional man, woman who overcomes challenges. The exceptional man or woman who overcomes challenges. Third one is us versus them. Us versus them. There are more than 3, but with the time restricted, there are probably 10 or 12, but I just want to give you 3 to focus on. So let's talk about the reluctant hero. What's the storyline? You're just a regular person, and the spotlight it's not on you, it's not your comfort zone. You just kind of stumble into this, but the truth is you're flawed just like anyone else, and you're really just trying to make a difference in your industry. Reluctant hero, okay? Let me show you how I can apply this. How many have heard of Spider-Man? Okay, so Spider-Man, he was just a regular teenager, right? Into girls and also from a regular family, right? And then what happened? Shh. Ow! What happened? Yeah. So a special spider bite him, and then suddenly he has, and he could fly, right? Swing around. So very, very sensitive. Power, speed. So with great power comes great responsibility. Now you follow the Spider-Man storyline. At first, he was reluctant to do this, right? He wasn't sure. Well, now I've got all this power. Oh, that's kind of cool, but I'm not thinking about fighting crimes. So what got him to fight crime? His uncle was murdered, so that was his journey. I need to find out who. That was it. I want to find out who the killer is. And through that journey, it's like, wow, there's so many people out there, so many crimes out there. I need to fight. And my uncle said to me, with great power comes great responsibility. So from now on, I took it on as my mission that I could go out there and do this. Sound familiar? Yes. Now, how can you do this in your business? Law of the Rings, same thing. Fredo, regular dude, no special power, found this crazy, stupid ring, got sucked into this crazy journey, right? Right? One of the most successful trilogy, think about it. Got into this journey, crazy. On his journey, has he met some crazy people? Some interesting characters, right? Still no special power, just this ring and on this journey. Are there a lot of ups and downs? Are there a lot of drama? Obstacles? Ups and downs. And at the end, becomes the reluctant hero. Sound familiar? It's the same storyline. Hollywood uses the same shit. Because it's proven to work. It's proven to work. And then the exceptional man, woman who overcomes huge challenges. Here's a second storyline you could use. People are intrigued by characters who are good at what they do. So the exceptional man and woman who overcomes huge challenges. People love underdogs. People love what? Underdogs. Characters who triumph against all odds, handicaps, the skepticism of others. Let me give you an example. How many have read Life Without Limits? Okay, Nick, very famous motivational speaker with no arms and no legs. And he's talking about motivation and he's happy. He's not depressed and goes out there, inspires millions and millions and millions of people. So it's an exceptional man who overcomes. Is that a challenge? Yes. Every day, imagine, you wake up, you got for us, just a simple task like brushing our teeth, no problem. For him, it's a huge challenge. We are inspired by character like that. Okay, look, inspiration for a ridiculously good life. And you can search him online, super inspirational. And if you actually study his message, most of his philosophies are Christian-based, Christian principles. So he narrowed it down to exactly who he wants to communicate with. One of the highest paid motivational speakers in the world, just so you know. Okay, Tony Robbins, very good example. What's Tony's story? Fat, overweight, broke, in the one bedroom condo, right? Finally got sick and tired of it, went to the beach, running on the beach, finally wrote down on his private journal, no more, I will not settle for who I could become. So I worked on myself, my psychology. I want to inspire others. Started doing seminars, personal power, teaching people how to master the psychology, yes? And then now where he is now. Sound familiar? Same storyline. Same storyline. Us versus them. Us versus them. Us versus them works well because it's based entirely on the fact that we as human beings create our own belief systems, often based on complete irrational things. So let me give you an example. So usually we like to blame, most human beings, we like to blame our problems on others. So us versus them. So when you meet someone, if we and I don't have anything in common yet, but if we have a common enemy, that instantly does what? Yeah, it bonds. We have the same enemy. So example would be, hypothetically, let's say I don't like Donald Trump, and you don't like Donald Trump, and we talk or look at Donald Trump, the election, everything. We instantly have an enemy. We could talk about a lot of things. Oh, look at his hair. Look at his stuff, right? We can talk, yes? Us versus them. That's an idea, right? By the way, Donald, I like you, so just example. So as an example, let me give you a more practical example. So let's say if I'm selling natural herb supplement online. Okay, I could easily talk about, you know what, in the past, I'm always not very healthy, I'm sick, I'm overweight, and I take all these Western medicine, they didn't quite work for me. Then somehow I stumble upon Chinese medicine or something like that in my journey, and then I try them, amazing. And I have this mission I want to share with you. So I put together these products and I set up this company. Now I have this. I'm fighting against these pharmaceutical companies who actually don't want you to get well, because if you get well, you won't buy their medicine anymore. But I want to focus more on prevention. So these supplements, that's what they do. Does that make sense? So I came over there in 30 seconds, right? Yeah.
Isn't that what cults do?
It's not necessary. But yes, cults, sometimes they use some of these principles. The leader, the reluctant hero story, more so. But cults, usually they have a negative, at the end the mission is very negative, and it's very self-serving for the leader.
Target like Illuminati, so rich people.
Yeah, it could be that. It could be that. So there's a formula. How many can see there's a formula, yes? Yeah. When you use an us versus them storyline, so basically you discover a secret, you stumble upon a secret, the secret proves that market's problems, whatever it is the fault of the market. So in this case, natural organic supplement, the fault is all those pharmaceutical companies, yes? Out there, selling the drugs and teaching the doctors, prescription, right prescription. You vow to fight against them, the market, and united together on your mission to solve the problem. You emphasize that by buying your product, your client's going to become one of us, the good guys, right? So if you don't buy my supplement, you support those evil pharmaceutical companies. Shame on you. Or you buy my supplement, you're one of the good guys who fight against evil. Does that make sense? How many can see this stuff is pretty powerful? Very powerful. Use them with caution. Okay? Use them with caution. So one of the things I do, you can see, one of my YouTube videos I talk about why most internet marketing gurus suck. So it's us versus them. That I talk about a lot of these other people, so-called gurus or whatever, who are selling information, who are doing whatever they do, but a lot of time they haven't been there and done that. So it's us versus them. So that's an example, what I do in my business, right? So let's talk about character crafting real quick. To make a character compelling and irresistible, you gotta have some flaws. Nobody likes a perfect character. Nobody likes a what? Perfect. If you're too, how many have met those people? They're just too fucking perfect. Yeah, it's like, the perfect family, the perfect kids, the perfect home. People don't like that. They want to see a bit of flaws. Yes, Julia?
Well, they want to relate to reality.
Yeah, they want to see the human side. And they want you to be transparent. So real people have flaws. Do we all have flaws? Yes? Anyone don't have flaws? I like that. So we're all works in progress. We're all works in progress, yes? Yeah. So you sustain your tribe's interest over time to the degree and extent that you're willing to be transparent. If you want to be a strong character, you have to be transparent. If you want to have a powerful personal brand, you have to be transparent. So look at Superman as an example. Superman is almost perfect, right? Almost perfect. What is his weakness? Yes. So if you take away that weakness, just think about it. It's not that fun to watch the guy. You can't kill him. He doesn't get hurt. He just like dominates everything. What's so fun watching that? You want to see the guy, wow, this amazing alien who flies, who has this power, but he could also get hurt. little bit of blood coming out. I can't wait to see Superman and versus Batman, and that's awesome. How many are waiting for that? Yes, only the guys? My goodness. My goodness. Come on. Come on. So fascinating. Fascinating.
10 times your finances, 10 times your business, 10 times your marketing, 10 times your life. Hit the subscribe button now.